Hi everyone, welcome back to this video. In this video, we will be doing exploratory data analysis. So far, we have understood each and every column and then we have prepared our data to perform this analysis. Okay, we have multiple tools, multiple charts to understand the data or visualize the data, but there is no one right solution to perform EDA. It's like you are the one who has to ask the question and you are the one who has to answer these questions as well. So EDA is all about asking the right question. So how will you ask the right question? With the experience and knowing the domain. In the real world, you will be having a technical document for all the technical details, and for the domain knowledge, there will be a specific document separately for that. Okay, since this is our project, so let's try to understand and we'll start asking the question and we'll try to answer it. Okay. Okay, the first question which we will be answering is, we have a country column and the number of guests like adult, children and babies. So the first question which I want to ask is, where do our guests come from? Like from which country? Okay. If I know that majority of my guests come from specific area, my marketing strategy and all the changes we can do, instead of doing the marketing in the wrong region, we can actually do it in our region where our maximum guests come from. Okay. Now, this is the most critical part. We will be so confused with which chart to choose. Okay. In this case, we can go with a bar chart or even pie chart, but the pie chart is very cumbersome. So I'm not going to do the pie chart. And there is one more thing which we can do is map. In the map, what happens, we can actually locate the location and we can understand that, oh, okay, this is the place where our maximum guests are coming from. This is the chart which I have actually arranged in the descending order. So by looking at this region, we will get to know that, okay, this is the region where we are getting the guest from. In this video, we will create both the charts and then see. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, now I'm in the Jupyter notebook. But before that, I would like to take you to a Tableau notebook. Okay, this is the one. Okay, okay. This is the chart which I have created. If you don't know Tableau, Tableau is a data visualization tool which is being used by most of the companies. Either they go with Tableau or Power BI. At present, there are so many visualization tools like Looker and then Data Studio. There are many more, but preferably, usually they go with Tableau or Power BI. I will just recreate the exact sheet which we had seen earlier. What I want to do is, country is the column, just take it and place it in rows, and then we have to create one calculation field. It is here, guest rows. Just edit it. I will just say what exactly we are doing. If is cancelled is equal to 0, that means if the order is not cancelled, then give it as 1. Okay, that's it. Like for each row, we are assigning 1. And then in Tableau, it aggregates the value and gives us the end result. Okay. You don't have to worry if you're not understanding it. I'm just trying to simplify. The moment we saw the see the chart here, then it becomes easier for us to understand in Python. That is the main reason I'm doing it here. Just drop it here. Let's rearrange. Okay, it is saying PRT. That means Portugal is having 20,000 guests And then GABR is having 9,000 guests. This France is having, I think, 8,000 guests. Okay. In the next chart, what I will do, I will just double click on country. It creates the map, and then guest rows. Just do this, and then I will like double click. It will automatically creates as the chart. So Tableau is very easy in that way. Color, and then I want to give a black border over here. Size, I want to increase it a bit. Size is telling us the number of guests. The more, the bigger the circle is, more number of guests are from that country. Okay. Let's go back to this chart. From this chart, we have understood that these three, like majority of the guests are coming from these three region. But where do they locate? Like if you go to this map, we can see that, okay, just uh, we can see that majority of our guests are coming from this region, that is European countries. For people like me, this map will be easier to visualize because I usually don't remember where exactly the country is. So we can actually understand better in this case rather than this one. So it's always a trade-off. Whichever chart you want, it is not that this chart is saying different and this chart is saying different. It's just that this is more visual, and then this is also, if your business wants you to create this bar chart, you can go with this. Not a big problem. Okay. Now we have understood in Tableau. Only when required, we will come back to Tableau and we will try to recreate the charts for specific reasons. Okay. Otherwise, we will not be doing it in Tableau. Okay. This is mainly for Python. And then I just wanted to show you this. That is the reason why I created this charts in Tableau. Now we can go back. Now we are in Jupyter Notebook. Why do we even have to create new data frame? Because whatever the data we want, it is not present in our data frame. That is the reason why we create new data frame, and then we will plot our charts. Okay. The first thing what I'm doing is I'm just checking data is cancelled. Data is our data frame. If you remember, after cleaning our data, this is where we have placed the data inside in this data frame. It is not df. Df is having incorrect data, so we have corrected it and then placed it in data. So I'm just checking in this data frame, is cancelled should be 0. That means I want only those record where it is not cancelled. And then I'm just taking country. I want the counts. I want only the counts. And then I'm just doing the reset index. I will show you what it is. Whatever the information it gives, I'm just taking that data. I'm just, one second. Okay, I have just executed this. I will just rearrange this. Okay, this is the same line which I have executed here. So it is having index and country. That is what this reset index is doing. And then value counts. This is whatever the country column, this numbers it is having, that is being fetched from this value counts. Like it is checking for what, for different countries. Like we are checking for the country. For this country, what is the value counts? For this GBR, what is the value count? That is what this line of code is doing. And then whatever the information we get, we are storing it in this guest country. After that, we are renaming. This is improper Like these column names are not correct. It is not index, it should be country, and then this should be number of guests. Okay, that is what this line of code is doing. Let me execute this one more time, and then let's remove this line. Otherwise, okay, I hope now you got it. This line is just giving the proper names to these columns, country and number of guests. I'll clear this. Now we are actually importing the Plotly libraries, offline, graph object, and express. These three are the libraries which we will be needing to draw some charts. Okay, these two, I will just leave it as it is for now because this is actually your assignment, but I tried it out. So I'll just leave it there and then we will come back later. Now, what do I need to plot? I just want to plot bar chart. So this is just a variable again. This is go. Go is this your graph objects, plotly dot graph or objs. This is we are taking it as alias geo. That is what we are using here. Go dot bar. This bar creates the bar chart for you. You have to give what is the x column, y column. X column you're giving it as guest and country. Y you're giving it as number of guests. You don't have to give marker. This is just a color which I am assigning. I just thought I should give some color, so I just gave it. Okay, you don't have to do it. These two are the main important column. You have to specify what is your x and y column. Okay, data 1, you are just today you are having trace, and say suppose tomorrow if you want to have one more bar chart, so you can actually provide one more trace one, and then you can actually pass it over here. So that is why we have data 1. So trace, I'm just passing whatever values are present in trace, I'm just giving it to data 1. In layout, we are just telling what is the title for our graph. Okay, this go dot figure, it will print whatever is there in this data and layout. In layout, there is a title. In data 1, we have what needs to be printed, x and y axis. And then we're just plotting it. Let's execute this. Okay, in Plotly, it will be printed in your web browser, whatever your default web browser. Okay, now if you see, it is saying PRT is having 20,977, GBR 9,668. Okay, cool. The same way, we have understood that these three are the like majority of the guests are coming from these 5 regions. So let's go ahead and see in our map where exactly those location comes from. This is the Express, Plotly Express. This is the name. It's very difficult for me to pronounce. It is not as simple as bar chart. This is the name for the geographic plots. So you just have to remember this. What is the data frame you're using? Guest country. That is the data frame. If you see here in the x-axis, we have specified the guest country. We have specified the exact column, but in this case, we have to say what is the data frame you want to create the map on. And then location, you have to specify. This is again country, color, base, like which column you want to use to give color in that map. Definitely number of guests. Then moment you hover on the map, what is that you want to show? We want to see what is the country name. Title, home country of guests, or guest by country, whatever you want to give. Okay, and then you are just saying this is the map guest. All this information you are storing it in this variable. You are just showing that. Let's execute this. Okay, you can see this yellow is having the maximum value. This blue means very less value. If you can see, here is the yellow, that is Portugal. TRT. That means 20,000 of the guests are coming from this region. Like this is the region where majority of our guests are coming from. Okay, this what is that? European countries. Okay, now you might be wondering, actually in Tableau it was easy to create compared to Python, especially for the beginners. Tableau was very easy. We hardly created one calculation field and we did it in very short period of time. Then why do we even have to learn Python? It's again depends on company to company. At present, in my job, I'm using both Python, Tableau, and Looker. So it depends on company to company, even project wise, it depends. Why do people prefer learning Python? Is that you can do much more in Python compared to Tableau, and you can actually integrate Python with Tableau. I think even Power BI also have this integration with the Python. Even Looker has. So that is one more reason why people like why everyone prefers learning Python. And also package wise, like if you know Python, you have more job opportunities compared to knowing one or two specific tools. We have understood that our majority of the guests come from European countries, but you have to write your observation or conclusion in words. Okay. So in case, say suppose you have done this analysis and you have to present to your whomever you're working with. So how do you say that? So it is always good to write whatever you have observed in simple English. Okay. This is how I used to write. Okay. I remember writing those like in the very beginning. So people from all over the world are staying in in these two hotels, that is resort and city. Most of them are from Portugal and other European countries. But especially when you are presenting your work with the business, you should not use this most or majority. You have to specify the number like 50. 50% of the guests are coming from Portugal, sorry, Great Britain, and then France. This number is very, very important, especially you are presenting this to the business users. Okay. Now, I have a small assignment. How did I come to a conclusion that 50 is the number? Like 50% of the guests are coming from Portugal, Great Britain, and France. But how did I come to this number? I have a small assignment for you. It's not very difficult. As I showed you in the beginning, when we started, this is your assignment. Like I have already done this. What exactly this variable is having? Guest country, number of guests, that is this column. I'm just taking this all these numbers sum. So I will get the total guests. Okay, guest country. This is percentage. We're just rounding off like what is that? This individual number 20,000 by whatever the total guess. That is what we are doing into 100. 2 is the decimal point, like the round off to 2. So we are getting 27.97. So I want you guys to plot this in this bar chart. Instead of number of guests, give guests in percentage. Same thing with the this plot. Try this out. It is very easy. It is not difficult. So please create it. And I have one more small request. Please don't copy paste. Try to write your own code. You can refer to this. There are so many other online tutorials you can refer to. I have referred to many. I have referred to multiple EDS in on hotel booking so that we will not be doing any mistakes. Uh, Please make some mistakes. Like sometimes we won't give this guest country, we'll just give country, and then we have to go back and see, okay, this is how we have to refer to data frame. So each and every line is important. Try to don't copy paste, just do it from line by line. If you don't understand, write one line and then print that line. Say like this total guest, you wrote this line. I want to know what exactly that total guest consists of. So what should you do? You just execute that, print that line, print total guest. Okay, see, it says it is 75,000. This is how you have to, like, print statement is always there. It will help you. So try this out. I think too much of talking from my side. I will stop it here, but please practice. Thank you so much for watching this video.